Good evening from InvestSharp.com. This is Randy Smotone with your Tuesday, December the 14th market update. So we had an okay day. It was kind of a strange day. A lot of the market leaders that have had huge runs, definitely some profit taking going on there, and I'll go over a couple of them. So I'm a little cautious here. I mean, I don't expect anything, market to fall apart or anything, but I'm a little more cautious here as far as taking new trades and setups. So the dollar and gold were up today. Copper, silver, and oil were down. Light sweet crude futures were down 33 cents to settle at $88.28 a barrel. So looking at the dollar ETF UUP, came off its lows, holding the 30 right here. No buying, it keeps even selling, but not a lot of buying. But it's holding up all right. Really no need to look at the point figure chart for crude because there's no change. I mean, crude did only moved 33 cents, so no big deal there. So go take a look at the Dow. The Dow actually held up the best for the second day in a row. It had the largest percent gain, up 0.42%, up about 48 points to 11,476, and it continues to hang in there pretty well. Don't really crazy the MACD's lower here than it was here, but sometimes that divergence doesn't mean anything. Sometimes it does, but it's still looking all right. S&P up a whole point, so just mostly just resting here. A little sideways action, still looks fine. Nasdaq, same here, not a whole lot of movement here, still looks fine. And then the Russell, which was the weakest for the second day in a row, down a whole 0.06%, so it wasn't down much. So like I talked about, it looks like we hit some resistance here and here. There's got a little resistance up here, but we'll see if we overcome it or not. Let's see, take a look at gold. GLD, it's holding up, looks fine. Silver, SLV, silver ETF, pulled back some, but I mean, it's just 2 days of, pretty equal buying and selling, not moving a whole lot. It looks like it might have a little resistance the midpoint of this large bearish candle, at least for now. And let's see, the copper also just sitting there, didn't move much, looks fine. The Euro ETF FXE, so it did started out a little bit higher, then pulled back some, but it still obviously hasn't been able to overcome that trend line. We're going to see if it goes and test it again or not. It's possible. Volatility index, so it did pick up just a little bit, up 0.34% today, so not up much. We're still below that 18 level. So let's go take a look at the McClellan oscillator. Look at the NYSE McClellan. Might take a quick look at the, yeah, still very neutral. Like I said, didn't move a whole lot. Let's go see if take a look at the NASDAQ. So let's see, NASDAQ is, yeah, so you're not overbought, not oversold, 16.94, so it's still pretty neutral here. Take a look at the sectors. So 7 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green. The biotech index had the largest percent gain, up 1.23%, which was the weakest sector yesterday. And then the bank index was the weakest today, down 1.52%. Taking a little rest. Over to chart watch. So I'll start out. I want to talk a little bit about just briefly go over a couple of charts here where these this definitely broken trend line here on FF IV F5 networks. Definitely some selling coming in, and whoops, that's not what I wanted to get rid of that. Above average selling, but I mean, it's still above its moving average and stuff, so no damage done here. But and another one, CRM, did the same thing. Took out the support. Looks like it's headed to the 30. Coinstar, which acted like it was getting ready to break out, and then of course it actually started weakening yesterday, and it even got worse today. And all these were been pretty high flyers here. Acme Packet, they got its kind of head handed to it here, almost 9% today, taken out where it had been holding some support up here. And then Vico downgraded, got killed. Just had a nice break, moving higher. I'm sure a lot of people got caught in this one. And then Sohu also So another one, had a nice breakout move up and then rolled over. So it's still sitting on the back side of this trend line, and it may actually hold here. That'll remain to be seen, but get rid of it. Come on. There we go. This just depends on where you draw the trend line here. Somewhere that's not exact, but it's taking it out. So I mean, there's nothing you can do with it yet. So I need to see if it holds and see if it can take out the high of today before you're jumping on. Point being here, like I said, some of these are getting definitely some profit taking, some rotation going on. Travel Zoo taking a little bit of a beating itself. It is trying to hold some support right around this level. Now it does have a weekly support here. Yeah, should have a little bit of weekly support. It touched here and here and here on the weekly, so we'll see if it holds up there. It has had a huge run though. And let's see, then the ones that actually are still looking good. Apple's still holding up fine. It's above the 10. It still looks fine here. It just isn't quite ready to go ahead and take off yet. MGM, if you want to try a casino, I like this one. It's pretty close to the trend line, and so it's pretty low risk buy point here as long as this holds around this 30-day moving average or so. Not much selling other than right there when it hit resistance, so that looks pretty interesting. Amazon's also holding up pretty well. It's trying to hold. It's been holding that 173 or so area support pretty well. BCR, big breakout out of this wedge today, this rising wedge. Tons of volume behind it, and it did run into actually some weekly resistance. Right, it's touched here on weekly, touched here. So this is a weekly trend line that needs to overcome. So once it gets past that, probably have set up for much higher prices, and it may go higher tomorrow. It had a lot of volume today, so and of course it was up quite a bit, but it looks good. Then ACAT, Arctic Cat, big breakout for it. It'd been this little tight doji string that went on for several weeks here, and then finally broke out. Also ran into some prior high up here, some resistance. It closed right below it, but keep an eye on that one. EXEL, Excelsius, or however you pronounce it. I've never heard of the company actually. So had this nice, build out this nice rounded bottom. It's holding up pretty well. There's a lot of volume here. Let's go a little further. And it's got some overhead resistance up here about 8. But looking interesting. And then Iconics brand looks good. Keeps going higher. We still have a position in this one actually. So it's still looks good here. A lot of buying. Retailer apparel. So HSIC, Henry Sheen, is it Sheen or Shine? So this one, it's got resistance up here and middle coming. It sure tried it today and pulled back, but I think some of that was just as a little bit of market weakness later in the day. But looks like it probably is set to go higher as well. And I talked about this one yesterday. And in this try, it had a huge breakout today and then pulled all the way back. And of course, it didn't make it to the lows, but it kind of pulled all the way back within that downtrend line. Another stuff like that makes me more cautious when you're seeing that over and over. Striker looks great here. I've been watching it. We've been playing it. We're actually we're out. We rode this up to here and took profits, and actually we're out right now. Probably going to get ready to get back in it. I do like it. Looks like it should set up for some higher prices. And DGX, I think I talked about this one the other day. Another one I like where it's hit resistance, had a nice break higher. It's coming up a resistance here. Probably wait till it takes out this 53 with some volume, but like it. Baxter International, a lot of volume coming in here. Ran into some prior resistance as well. Let's go here. Nice pattern here. You got a nice, cup and handle type pattern. It's been kind of long and drawn out here. And may fill this gap. We'll see. Needs to take out today's high with some volume and jump on board that one. CODI, another one that ran into some resistance, but also like this nice kind of rounded and cup, and then it's kind of had this, back and forth and rounded kind of bottom here, and then ran into resistance again. So it needs to again take out this prior highs with some volume. Prove that it's going to go higher. ESIO, Electro Scientific Industries. Like this, watch this. This is, I really like this tight consolidation, little kind of doji string here, and another one that has this nice kind of a rounded bottom to it. Omnicell. Like this one, maybe going to be a little longer term possibly. It's had resistance here at this trend line. It's hit resistance, so it's got resistance overhead, so you kind of know where your short-term target can be. But it's had a lot of volume come in. It looks like it could be getting ready to break out of this triangle here. It's, you know, hits back and forth in here. It's got nowhere else to go, so it's either going to have to break down or break out higher up to that downtrend line. That would be first target. IBM, really like this one. Been kind of stalking this one also, and act like it was going to break out today. Probably tomorrow is one. Probably wish I would have bought it today, and it'll probably had some volume coming in. It'll probably go ahead and break out tomorrow possibly, but as soon as it takes out this downtrend line, it's very close. It's right there at it. Act like, again, like I said, it act like it was going to do it today. Computer science. Another one that looks like it's been building this base, this bottom for a long time, and looks good here. I wait till it takes out this trend line, which is around 49.50 or so. We'll call it somewhere around there. So it's because it's had resistance numerous times here, and of course it might get rejected and could be a quick short. COV, another one I like. It's been hitting. So this should have a nice breakout if it takes out today's high with some volume. Been building this base out for quite some time. And AutoNation looks like it's getting ready to break out. Let's go to a 6 month here. Nice ascending pattern. Had volume. Did break out actually just a little bit today, so it might go ahead and take off tomorrow. I'm not going to have a huge move to the upside, but it looks interesting. Deck's still fine. It's, you know, it came up here and pulled all the way down. See, it looks like it's in a consolidation, starting a consolidation. Who knows how long it'll last, but I'll probably, until it takes out this 85 with some conviction with volume, probably, I don't know, you know, like I said, it's had a big run. It may consolidate here for a while, but keep on your radar. Akamai. Watching this one, you know, it's trend line in here, right? It's been every time it gets near this trend line, they run it up quite a bit. So now I don't know if they will this time, but the volume has slowed down here as it's nearing this trend line. So could be a good buy point right around here as long as it holds this uptrend line. And RDC, we've talked about this one. I still like this. You know, it had all this volume setting right there around that support level. Let me go out a little further. And let me go to a 1 year. Right, so hit, and so it looks good. It looks like it could be setting up for some higher prices. All right, so that's all with Chart Watch. So on deck for tomorrow, lots of data. Actually, we got Consumer Price Index at 8:30. We get U.S. Treasury International Capital at 9, Industrial Production at 9:15, U.S. Housing Market Index at 10, and Petroleum Status Report at 10:30. Of course, all in Eastern Time. And you know, we do follow the current market signals in the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P. I really haven't been looking at them that much because there's really no change here. We haven't been moving all that much, even though the price objective actually, Dow actually increased its price objective just a little bit today. We'll go take a quick look at that because of the nice move that Dow have. They were definitely, oh man, one of these days I'll type. How about that one? All right, there we go. Yeah, it's at 12,650 now. We did print a new box, a new X here, took out the prior high, so looking good. All right, so that's all I have for you today, and thanks for watching. Remember, I'm kind of, you know, encouraging a little bit of caution here, and just to kind of see there's profit taking, some stuff going on, some sector rotation. Healthcare looks like it's kind of in play right now, and the stills are still looking pretty good as well. Okay, thanks.